All right, welcome back. We are concentrating more on making Nigerian work and looking at how things ought to be. I mean, in a constitutional way. I've said it several times. This is not a banana republic. No, this is it an animal farm? It's not an animal farm, not at all, not in any way. And it's not up to this time that the Emilocons movement came to power that it looks as if the country wants to vie off on the roads of democracy. We've chosen democracy as our way of governance and rulership. Americans right now say they don't have a kingship in America, that Donald Trump is not the monarch. They don't operate a monarchical system. At the point where all opposition looks as if it's gagged and there are internal wranglings trying to fuse it from inside and break it forth so that there will not be opposition, is not the right thing. And like I said earlier, I said the ground can only produce what you manure it to. And it looks as if the government in power is putting that manure for so many of these things to happen. If they are not, they should come out clean and tell whoever is doing most of these things to stop. SDP yesterday was on fire. SDP is one party that is standing and maintaining good leadership. Under the tutelage and leadership of Shehu Gabam as chairman of SDP, all of a sudden, they came out yesterday and said that he's been removed. Which NEC meeting held, or which meeting removed him, or National Working Committee? What are the allegations against him? Nobody knows. Talks were brought in to the SDP secretariat and all of that. Peter, where are we going to?
Thank you for having me here. I'm amused at how serious you sound, how
Yes, because
you are.
democracy is under threat.
This is long overdue. I've expected this long time. I'm even surprised it's coming late. I said it here when it was PDP that this thing was in hand of presidency. Some people attacked me that the parties, they should have organized themselves very well. This is a systematic operation, party after party. I know at the end of the day, they're going to weaken the whole parties. I have expected SDP's own much, much earlier. So no matter how you get the house, they have a way of coming in. They have the money thrown around. They know in every trade there must be a Judas. They know that there is only somebody that will be a willing tool to be used. As it stands now, see, this is a desperate act. This is out of fear. They're supposed to be afraid of the outcome of the election. If they're not afraid, they should have allowed every other party to strive. When I saw the news yesterday, I saw people jumping, I saw comment everywhere, I was laughing because I have expected it. I know that this government will not allow opposition to be organized. I know that this government will create chaos. So at the end of the day, those that will contest against them, the truth is that trouble must contest against someone. They wanted to come with a disjointed house. So when you were saying this, I was laughing because for me, it's long overdue.
All right. Philip, it's very unimaginable to see that these things are happening to a man that we thought was a Democrat. And his aide, someone like Onanuga, for example, we have known Onanuga to be a journalist of a big repute that has always not loved injustice. But the cabal, or will I say the crop of people that's put together to help the Mr. President do these things have not even advised contrary, but they have toed the line of trying to destroy all other political parties. Is that democracy?
Well, it's like you said, I'm surprised you are expressing this kind of dismay. You know, few days ago, is it last week, former governor of Jigawa State, person of Alhaji Sule Lamido, came out. Don't forget, he was the national secretary of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, then that produced Abiola, the president that never be, that was elected in the freest, fairest election ever in this country and was deprived of, enthroning the seat of the presidency. He told us clearly that Tinubu worked tirelessly to support the military, the government of Babangida, to ensure that Abiola was not declared as sworn in. He said that Tinubu's mother mobilized Lagos market women several times to Abuja to support the cause of the military, to ensure that Abiola was not sworn in. In his statement, he said, I feel highly entertained seeing Tinubu dramatizing his role on the June 12th. That Tinubu never went on either on the account of the June 12th. That Tinubu was never part of the June 12th.
The process that led
to it. That Tinubu only came into the limelight when he found out that all the things he was asking the military for, he didn't get it. That Tinubu only fought against removing Abacha, not that he fought for Abiola to be enthroned. So that's why I said I'm surprised that you're expressing this dismay. Like Peter said, it's a systematic way of disorganizing a political party. The moment Erufai crossed SDP, Tinubu spoke to Nigeria through the person of Igbokwe that he owns SDP. Because in Nigeria we have a quota system. In every political structure, in every structure as it were, because of the character, is it character commission or whatever?
Yeah, federal character
commission. You must have everybody from every tribe.
Represented.
And you have the Yorubas in SDP. And it happened that the Yorubas hold key position which he can use. So before now we wish away the statement of Igbokwe, but now he's coming to face us that yes, Tinubu also really have a stake in the SDP. Because what happened yesterday, there was no NWC meeting, there was no meeting whatsoever. Even if by 11 o'clock, 10 a.m. in the morning, the statement has been issued out to bloggers. Not even they didn't address press and all that. Such issue of magnitude they should address the press.
Press conference.
Press conference. Issue a statement to a blogger that the national chairman of SDP, person of Alaji Gabashe, has been removed from office, and two others, and then they brought in talks to stem them away. But thank God, when man plans, he always fails. Gabak came in. He addressed the press from his office, he called press conference, and he told the world that, look, I am speaking from my office. If they say they have suspended me, where am I speaking for? That never happened.
Where's the NWC that met?
That met. He said we're supposed to have meeting by 2. And by 11 they come in, but there was no meeting. And we have never had that meeting. And he said, my house is intact. We are one big family. Whatever has happened, but we will resolve it. It is not within. We know where it's coming from. It's external force and the coalition that want to take over our party, but we will not allow it to happen. Everybody will remain as SDP, and we will go ahead. And he called on Mr. President, that Mr. President should come clean, that this is a democratic, we have chosen to be a democratic nation, that is to ensure that the democracy in the land, by ensuring that democratic institutions are not being distorted. Because the first person to be accused is Mr. President. So, that's what happened.
So well, when I listened to him, sorry for jumping in. He says some things that were salient and we're not taking it serious. He said on 2 different occasions, armed men came to the premises. Who authorized them coming? Nobody took responsibility. He said he made calls, meaning his life is being threatened. At a point, they recall his police attachment.
Till today.
This is systematic suppression. This is subtle pressure, unseen. This is a warning that we could go to another length. This just a start. And these little things, when we don't address it, it becomes big. It all remove a security attach it to a party chairman. You're making him vulnerable to attack.
Okay, let me come from another area, because most of the time we look as if the leaders that are perpetrating this evil are alone in this matter. I can tell you that they are not alone, because if they don't have accomplice, there's no way they can do most of these things. I've said it before. Shore told me something. He said, PK, a lot of Nigerians are conquered. Who, as a party member or official or National Working Committee, loves what is happening in Nigeria today, economically, politically, and socially? We've moved back like 20 years from where we're coming from. Why are the people being accomplice to these rulers? That I'll call them rulers, I won't call them leaders. Rulers that have led our country astray. Okay. Why are the people being accomplice?
Can I come in here, please, before you jump in?
I would like your two opinions on that.
Okay, now, Jesus had 12 disciples.
One was a Judah.
They were constantly with him. They see the good works he was doing, he did. But one has he chose to betray him.
This one, no one is a Judah. 11 are Judah.
No. I'll give you an example. For every 12, see, for every gathering of people, we come from different background. Okay, you forget we're in the same party. We have different orientation. We have different upbringing. Some people jump at offer of carrots and peanuts. Some other person will remain resolute and look at the issues. Are they worth me making this statement? Are they worth me doing this? What is the implication of my actions? Some don't look at it. Some just think of what they gain today. So I am not surprised that, honestly,
they have a
for every party it has happened to, they have a new road from someone inside.
Philip, let me add to it.
Yes.
Now, most of the time we normally segregate and sectionalize our issues. It's northerners, it's southerners. This one, they're from everywhere.
That's what I was going to say. You see, when you say they're from everywhere, yes, to allow yourself, I agree with you. I can't remember who always said on this table that in Nigeria, we vote, there's a word they use according to, our tribe and religions, and there's a particular word they use. Don't forget, the former presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, yes, person of Prince Adewale Adebayo, is from the same, the western region with Tinubu. Yes. The man is laying claim to the ticket as if he was a live presidential candidate of the party. And you know that this country, we believe this one is our own. That will not be our own. So what has happened is that it wasn't strange. If you check those who make that publication and those who are in the forefront of this, they are all Yoruba speaking in the NWC.
But let me also put it to you, yes, before you continue, sir. Yes. The new person that they chose to be the chairman of the party is from the north. The national women leader is from the north. One of the women causing chaos is from Akwa Ibom. These people are from everywhere.
That's what I'm going to. You see, like he said, when you have that inroad, you have an inroad to a place. It is that inroad that will not corrupt other persons. I said to you that the presidential candidate for the 2023 president is from Yoruba.
Yes.
He has some money to try around. You understand? Yeah. And they always have business and they can promise the heaven and earth. This audio money. Yeah. And most people are poor. They are mentally poor.
Yeah. Poor hearts.
When people are mentally poor, people who are mentally rich, it's not what they have. They may not have money.
Yes.
But they are content.
Yes. That's what I wanted to say.
But those who are mentally poor, no matter what they have, they always crave for more.
Poverty is not the lack or absence of money. It's a lack of inability.
It is that inroad that had gone to corrupt
the other ones.
So, but when you look at it, they could not even form quorum. They have written a letter to INEC. Those people you say they appointed, they appoint on their own, in their own imagination, and use a law firm. There's a law in this part, there's an Electoral Act that the political party derive their power from, that spelled out how political party had to do their things, how to communicate with INEC and to organize their meeting, putting notice to INEC how to hold meeting or not to hold meeting. But you know what they did? They used a law firm to send lists to INEC of those who they have appointed into office. Where is it done?
Even when they
which is law?
Those are the barbaric.
And INEC has replied that look, this is not in line with our. And then the national secretary has also written to INEC on the NEC meeting without following the due process. INEC has also replied to him that you don't have this kind of power. Every letter that must come from SDP must come from the national chairman and the national secretary. So you see, because of that inroad that they're able to penetrate. So that's why I said that look, the first day RFI moved into SDP, Tinubu spoke to Nigeria that don't worry, I have a way to destroy SDP by saying that the Tinubu owns SDP. It's plain out.
Just 1 minute.
Have you forgotten what happened to NNPP? So it's not just tribe. They use everybody. NNPP, you have only one governor. Yes, suspending him. The founder of the party that we know, the first of the party, he said he suspended him. They've gone after every major party. Those they've not touched are those machine parties that will always fit candidates every day, that will, at the end of the electoral period, they'll score 20, 30. So it is a grand plan. And it has been said here, it's a rigging, it's not a strategy.
Not. And I will stop right there.
Thank you.
We call on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You said Eko ni Bajeo, or was it Fashola that said it, or it was a carryover? But whichever one, we don't want Nigerian to baje during your time in the name of playing politics. We want Nigeria to be good. Please be a champion for democracy. We'll be right back.